Hey guys, thanks so much for being here for our first daily devotional of the week. You know, when you read in Scripture, one of the themes that you see over and over and over again is how important our intentions and our motivations are to God. And I'm reminded of this when I look at a passage from James chapter 4, which is talking about people praying to God and why God doesn't answer some of their prayers. And it starts by saying, "You do not have because you do not ask." So there's something important there. We should always remember to ask God and to take things to God in prayer. But it's this next line, verse 3, that really stands out to me. It says, "And when you ask, you do not receive, because you ask with wrong motives, that you may spend what you get on your pleasures." So this is just one example of God speaking through James in his letter and saying, listen, it's not just about the activity that you're doing. It's not just about the outward expression. It's about what's happening on the inside. And to think that with this verse here, obviously it's confronting some people and it's saying, hey, you're not praying at all. That's not good. But then it goes on to confront a different group of people. It's saying some of you are praying. That's great. You should be praying. But when you pray, your motivations are not good. Your motives, your intentions, it's not pure before me. And I think this is something that we should all analyze, not only in our prayer life, certainly that's one aspect of it, but with everything that we do. You know, what's leading me to do this? What are my intentions? What are my motives? And if I'm going to be honest with you, more often than I would like to admit, if I take the time to sit and really think through and process and just get honest with myself and ask God to reveal to me what's inside, so often I find, man, I don't think my motives were the most pure here. Even if I was doing something that other people might commend me for, it could be something as simple as getting up to deliver a message, which is great. You're going to preach truth. You're going to say something that's going to encourage people. But if your motives are, I'm doing this so that people will tell me I'm doing a good job, well, those are not the pure motives that you need to have. And I think that this applies to so many different parts of our lives. And so I love to bring things like this up when I do my devotionals, because I think it's great that we just so often and regularly, constantly check ourselves and check our own hearts and ask ourselves, how are we doing? And we need to be honest with ourselves. So I think getting to the deep things inside, God, show us what our motives are, show us our intentions. And then when we see things that are not what they should be, we can take that to God, confess it, and then we ask Him for those pure intentions. And I think that's what's great. We just read in this section, He says, you don't have because you don't ask. And I think that when we come and ask and say, God, I want to have pure motives. I want to have motives that are driven by honoring you and by bringing you glory. We know that He will respond to that prayer. God bless you. I hope that your week is off to a great start. We look forward to chatting again tomorrow.